crisis hits, do you grab your phone, call a team meeting, or draft a statement?
I call for a meeting immediately because I never decide on my own. I have a very good team. I need to know and understand what they think about the situation. And collectively, we decide on the next course of action. Of course, the last decision will be mine, but I've always believed in collaborative work. Kailangan ko yung inputs ng team.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Saldariaga, Vice President and Head of Corporate Communications at Meralco, and you're tuned in to Power Podcast.
Welcome to Power Podcast. This is a channel where you can listen to in-depth discussions of issues relevant to the Philippines energy sector. Power Podcast is a production of Power Philippines, the only online publication in the country dedicated to covering energy development across the archipelago. We cover all news and issues that spark meaningful conversations among members of our growing online community. We share the belief that sustaining the growth of the energy sector is vital to the growth of the country itself.
Good day. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Power Podcast. Whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or listening to us via Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcasts, we hope you will enjoy listening in. I'm your host, Mai Tanglao. Today, we're joined by Joe Saldariaga, Vice President and Head of Corporate Communications at Meralco. Fresh from leading Meralco to another milestone, the Company of the Year at the 21st Philippine Quill Awards, Joe has overseen award-winning initiatives that span sustainability, digitalization, public safety, and community connection. In this episode, we'll explore how strategic communication builds trust, how Meralco balances transparency with empathy, and why communication is central to the country's energy transition. We'll also hear Joe's insights on the future of communication in an increasingly digital, stakeholder-driven world. Sir Joe, Manong Joe, maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak.
Ako ang dapat magpasalamat sa inyo, Mai, at sa Power Philippines para dito sa Power Podcast ninyo. Alam mo, napapanood ko ito, kaya nga sabi ko nung kami maimbitahan dito, of course, we will be very much happy to be here with you and of course, all your viewers.
Anytime, sir. Welcome kayo.
Thank you. Thank you
so
so much.
Let's start the ball rolling.
Okay.
First off, congratulations on Meralco's recent win at the 21st Philippine Quill Awards. So, sir, baka pwede nyo kaming bigyan ng rundown ng lahat ng mga awards na nakuha nyo?
I think we won 35 in total, and 10 of those are Excellence Awards. It's actually across the various programs and initiatives that Meralco has undertaken. And on a personal level, I have 2 awards that I think is very close to my heart because we started it off as an experiment. Ito yung Meralco Newsroom. Basically, use it as a repository of all the stories that are emanating from Meralco. For our media friends and the general public can see and view for themselves what Meralco has been doing in terms of providing service to customers, including all of our other initiatives. Plus yung Manong Joe. Ito, of course, that is an extension of yours truly. When we conceptualize it, sabi ko, hindi pa kaya mabash yan. Dahil, syempre, lalo pag tumataas yung presyo ng kuryente o merong power interruption somewhere and kailangan magpaliwanag ni Manong Joe, baka naman mag-backfire. But, you know, we as they say, took the bull by the horn. And we just really wanted to engage consumers on real time, in real time, and to really show them that we're transparent. We want to be their partner in so far as information and communicating is concerned. At nagbunga naman. So, yung iba pang mga awards namin like Meralco Advisory, yung events namin, and many others, really warms the heart, Mai, kasi again, we recaptured yung Company of the Year. So this is basically in the history of the Philippine Quill, the 5th Company of the Year that Meralco has obtained and won. No? Ngayon tinatanong ako, bakit pa sumasali ang Meralco, wala naman kayong kalaban, di ba? Your monopoly, basically. Why do you need to communicate? Why do you need to market? Why do you need to engage? That is specifically and exactly the point. Dahil nga ang consumers, Meralco lamang yung kanilang service provider dito sa aming franchise area, it is imperative upon us to communicate to them what we have been doing for them, for our customers. Because at the end of the day, we exist for our consumers. Yun naman talaga ang role namin dito sa mission na ginagampanan namin araw-araw. So, ang pinakamagandang paraan para maintindihan nila kami at maunawaan din namin sila, magkaroon kami ng dialogue. And so, it is through social media, through Meralco Newsroom and Manong Joe, through our media relations para naman sa mga kaibigan natin sa media, through our intensified government relations initiatives para maintindihan din namin at maunawaan din tayo ng mga kaibigan natin sa pamahalaan. So it's really a very, very holistic approach that we've undertaken. And of course, aming inspirasyon dyan is no less than our chairman and CEO, Manuel V. Pangilinan or MVP, who is the impetus in ensuring that all of us will be imbued with public service and service not only to our customers but to the country in general. Gusto namin maging kasama sa nation building. Mm-hmm. Yung may paliwanag namin ano ginagawa namin, maging impetus kami ng growth and development in the country.
Mm-hmm. Sir, mabalik lang ako dun, sabi niyo, two major awards that closest to your heart in Newsroom and Manong Joe. Yung Manong Joe, paano nagsimula?
Well, I think it was a little less than 2 years ago. My digital team floated the idea of an extension of my own personal FB account, because my own personal FB account is basically for personal issues. No? My family, my friends way back in college, my classmates in grade school and high school, yung maliit na circle ko. So they wanted me to really be active in engaging all our Meralco customers and even those beyond. Kasi as you know, Meralco is now also into power generation. Yeah. We are into retail electricity supply and many other subsidiaries under the Meralco group, kaya nga One Meralco. We also have a very aggressive foundation, One Meralco Foundation, headed by our president, my good friend, Jeffrey Tarayaw. So, hindi lang siya dun sa distribution side of the business. Malaki na ang sakop ng Meralco and of course the interface as well. So sabi nila, siguro sir, baka kailangan meron na tayo niyan. So we did some studies and we went head on first. In anything naman hindi mo naman ma-assure na magiging successful yan, di ba? So
you have to test the market first.
You have to test the market, test it. Yan ba appreciate. And I'm happy to report that I think we're close to 90,000 followers. So, siguro ako'y talagang magse-celebrate ng husto pag umabot na ng 100,000.
Countdown na to 100,000.
Kasi yun na yung sa tingin ko, kahit umabot na 100,000 at hindi na masyadong lumaki, masaya na po ang inyong lingkod. Because I never envisioned it to be that way. Sa akin, it was just merely, use it as a tool and an instrument to communicate to our consumers, and anything beyond that to me is already a bonus. We sabi nga nila, di ba, you shoot for the stars. If you don't make it, you land in the clouds. But in this particular case, I think we hit the stars.
Pero before pa nag-Manong Joe or during yung time ng Manong Joe na kayo nag-explain about yung generation cost, yung doon na ba yun or way back pa?
Way back pa ito. Ito yung, kasi alam mo Mai, nung araw, magtaas lang kami ng katiting, sabihin natin 3, 4, 5 sentimo. Naku, lumabas yan sa dyaryo. Yung batikos, talagang walang humpayan at walang puknat. Tapos araw-araw, boss ko nun si namayapa na whom I deeply respect, Mr. L.B. Cuna. He was my boss for more than 20 years. So magmamanage siya kami dalawa nung situation on the ground. And fast forward to when the MVP Group took over in 2009, and eventually Mr. Al Panlilio became my boss in 2010, we needed to really reconfigure how we communicate to consumers, and thus gave birth to Meralco Advisory in 2013. And I hosted that. I still host it with my colleague Maita David. And it is a monthly infomercial where we explain, one, bakit tumaas o bumaba ang kuryente. Two, ano ang magagawa ng consumers para kahit paano ma-manage nila yung kanilang consumption. At three, ano pang mga additional services na meron ng Meralco na sa tingin namin makakatulong sa consumers. So it really was a very strategic plan on our part to come up with such an infomercial and a show. And I think kanina tinatanong ako nung isa sa staff ninyo, ano ba do yung lumalabas doon? Opo. And in fact, it comes out not just on television, it is heard on radio, it is seen online, and it even has its own platforms as well. So, yun yung ginagawa namin every month. Kailangan namin ipaliwanag yan. Like, for example, ngayong buwan, bumaba ng 19 centavos. We had to explain that. But it does not stop there, Mai. We also conduct a monthly press conference so that through our good media friends, we are able to explain the rate changes for the month.
Mm-hmm. Yung Meralco Advisory, it's a very effective platform na siya. Pero I think personally, yung paggawa niya ng Manong Joe, what makes it more effective? Kasi tao na yung nakikita. May persona kaya.
Yes.
Diba? So, mas napapalapit yung understanding ng mga tao because nakaka-relate din sila sa kay Manong.
Ako sabi ko nga, hindi bali kung magalit yung mga kababayan natin kung tumatas ang kuryente. Ang importante sa akin, mapaliwanag.
Hindi yan.
I think at the end of the day, it's really transparency.
Totoo.
To explain to them what the various cost components are, why the change in rates, whether it goes up or down. It is the right of every consumer to understand what they pay for. Kasi ako consumer din ako eh. I would want that as well, diba, bilang consumer. Hindi lang sa kuryente, kundi sa lahat ng mga binabayaran natin, diba? Maging yan ay grocery, gasolina o anuman yung kailangan natin bayaran sa araw-araw. Kung kahit papano na alam mo ano yung binabayad mo, masakit man siguro sa loob mo kuminsan, pero alam mo, information helps a lot eh.
Totoo.
And then kung meron ka naman palang magagawa para ma-manage mo yung iyong consume, for me, that's a really big way of empowering customers and consumers of electricity. So I will continue to plod on. I will continue to explain. We will continuously engage because it really is imperative upon us to reach out and provide information to all our customers.
True. Tsaka what I appreciate also sa mga advisories nyo, katulad nga sinabi mo, sir, na bukod sa naiintindihan nila, na nalalaman din nila na may way pala para makatipid. So, sinasabi nyo karin kasi sa communication nyo paano makatipid sa kuryente, di ba? Yung temperature ng So, sinusunod ba natin yung 26 degree na
25.
Tapos
ito, itong huling episode namin, sinabi namin, dun sa mga lifeline consumers, yung hindi lalampas na 100 kilowatt-hours kada buwan, subsidized ang rates niyan, anywhere between 20 to 100%. Mag-apply po kayo. That was our latest advisory, which you probably can share with the Power Philippines. Kasi, syempre, pag kasama na sila dun sa lifeline rates, mas mura yung babayaran nila sa kanilang electricity bill. And ito ay naman ay talagang kasama sa kumbaga benepisyo nila na nasa ilalim ng batas.
Sir, babalik lang ako dun sa awards yun. You mentioned na the newsroom and Manong Joe. But you also won awards across like sustainability initiatives, digitalization, and public safety.
Yes.
Can you expound on the rest of the awards?
Well, dalawang excellence, yung Sustainability Roadshow and Sustainability Microsite. Yung Meralco shift to data-driven storytelling, yan, importante din yan because we're looking at the numbers in terms of how we are perceived in the public. Meron din kami yung tinatawag na Meralco Biz Success Stories. Ito naman yung how do we empower yung mga SMEs that do business with us. And then, ito, cybersecurity awareness among employees. Ang laking bagay na ngayon kasi syempre pag ikaw ay medyo tinamaan yung cyber security platform, medyo ang laking issue niyan, no? Medyo mahirap bumangon. So, yung preventive, napaka-importante. And yung reframing, communicating electricity rates, gumawa kami ng qualitative study on Meralco Advisory. So, everything now, all the initiatives that we undertake are data-driven. Mas gusto na namin maintindihan ano ba talaga yung pulso ng tao.
Yeah.
Ano ba yung iniisip ng consumer sa amin in terms of how do we provide and deliver service. Because if you do not have an understanding of that, how can you proceed with your communication initiatives and plans?
Amen.
Kaya kung payo ko, bilang isang senior citizen, by the way,
Di halata, sir.
meron na akong 20% discount. And I'm very proud of that. Always think of data as your friend. It's going to help you in terms how you can move forward with many of your plans, whether with your in communications, for marketing, whether you're in advocacy. Malaking bagay kasi yung, alam mo, yung detalye, yung data, yung numero, para makapagplano ka na mas maayos.
How do you personally measure success in communication?
Well, yeah.
Industry recognition, stakeholder trust, or consumer understanding?
I have always been a believer in data analytics. I am always
Data-driven pa din.
data-driven pa rin, data pa rin. Minimeasure namin ano yung values in terms of our public relations strategy and initiatives. Minimeasure namin kung ilan na yung aming nare-reach in terms of both social media, digital, and traditional.
Mhm.
Heavy media relations, of course, that is through our public relations group. We engage media on a daily basis. Walang let up yan. And we try to capture all of those that are not only in our industry, even those outside our industry. As long as media is your ally, I think it will help because they are the gatekeepers of information. Sila yung makatulong mo para ipaliwanag ano yung ginagawa mo sa araw-araw, di ba, Mahi? Lalo na kami, we are actually Meralco, in my view, since we are monopoly, sometimes magiging grudge consumption ka. Diba? Wala naman kasi silang mapagpilian, wala choice. So they, kaya ako, ang paniwala ko, since ganun yung sitwasyon, you have to communicate more. You have to engage more. You have to reach out further. Beyond the boundaries, yan ang nga sasabihin. When I say beyond the boundaries, tingnan mo, sino pa ba pwede mo kausapin? Kanino ka pa pwede mag-engage? Huwag ka maging satisfied na ito lang yung base mo. You have to really stretch it.
Tsaka, maganda yung kino-communicate nyo beyond din sa yung company developments, yung CSR, di ba? Yung parang feeling ng iba less palatable to even to the media people. Pero actually, that's something that should really be
that should be part of your overall strategy. Sabi nga ni Chairman MVP, di ba? Ito, I am really inspired by his management style. Kung kulang ang oras mo, tingin mo in accomplishing your task, stretch your time. Tingnan mo kung saan ka pa pwede. To be productive. In our case, communications kami, to engage more. Stretch mo yung oras mo. Stretch mo yung araw mo. Maghanap ka pa ng pwede mong kausapin, pwede mong i-engage, pwede mong paliwanagan. And based on the numbers, we've really made a lot of inroads, Mai. From the time, we were the favorite whipping boy 10 years ago to where we are now, I think we've achieved a lot. But it does not stop there. We have to continue planning. We have to continue engaging. We have to, really be the voice of our consumers here, in terms of the service deliverables as far as electricity is concerned.
Beyond recognition, what does being named the Company of the Year for the fifth time reveal about Meralco's approach to communication in such a critical sector as power?
Well, aside from, of course, being happy about it, this is our fifth, and we're very proud of that. And by the way, may madagdag ko lang, we are also the first and still the only PR Team of the Year at the Anvil Awards of the Public Relations Society of the Philippines. Wala pang sumusunod sa amin. And, well, it's nice to have awards, but at the end of the day, the awards should mean more than just, being a recipient of the award itself. It should go beyond service, provide more service, be inspired in it, continuously engaging, always be there for your consumers, because this is what these awards are meant for. It is to remind you that you have to keep on pushing forward, that you have to keep excellence as part of your everyday work. At ako, even with my senior years, I still see so much improvement that can be done in the communications industry. Hindi pa ako, kumbaga, natatapos magbigay ng gabay sa mga mas bata sa industriya natin. At by the way, kung meron ho kayong gustong tanungin ukol sa communications, I am always at your beck and call.
Facebook, message away.
I'm a message away, I'm a text away, I'm a call away. Medyo marami na rin tayong nakukuhang imbitasyon, Mai, at wala akong inaatrasan pagdating sa ganyan. Because at this stage in my life, mas gusto ko yung to pay it forward, to give back.
True.
To the industry that has been very good and kind to me.
To your point, sir, na when you've achieved a lot, madali din maging complacent kayo, diba? Pero so, tama nga yung sinabi mo, when you're receiving awards, all the more na up the touch, diba?
Conversely, when you receive awards, you should want to excel more in your field. Or if you can go outside of your field and be an expert elsewhere. Yan ang madalas kong ipayo dun sa mga mas nakababatang communications practitioner. Because communications is now not just PR per se or Corpcom per se, di ba? Ang lawak na ng scope Meron ng advocacy, meron ng digital and social media, meron ng data analytics and strategy. So lumalawak na talaga yung scope. Bakit? It only shows us with the explosion of the various information platforms, yung tao mas nagiging discerning na sa nakikita niya, nababasa niya at naririnig niya. Although andyan pa rin yung fake news, kailangan natin labanan. Kaya I'm also espousing yung responsible communications. So, my good friend, calling in the industry, si Moniz Berto, is now spearheading itong kampanya na Think Ka Muna. I was just with him yesterday.
Think ka muna.
Think ka muna, sabi niya. Kasi media and information literacy should always be part of our everyday life. Kasi ang dami mo naman naririnig, di ba, mga nasa scam o kumakagat sa fake news. So we still need to, be well informed. And there are tools out there that we can utilize. But at the end of the day, it's a judgment. Basta alam natin kung ano ang peking impormasyon sa tamang impormasyon, we cannot go wrong.
Yeah. Sir, let's go naman to your team, Meralco. How does strategic communication contribute to Meralco's larger role in supporting the Philippines' energy transition and modernization? Malaki ang role ng team mo.
Yes, because basically we get the pulse. Unang-una, the media pulse. Pangalawa, yung pulso sa social media and sa digital. And we also do a lot of groundwork yung groundwork to me, yun yung face-to-face interfacing, still very important. Doon ako nag-umpisa. Kasi noon, wala naman tayo masyado mga ganyan tools, di ba? Wala naman monitoring agencies nung in the 80s and in the early 90s. It was really shaking hands, tapping each other's back na, kumusta ka na, di ba? Going around. Joining copy hands, di ba? That's the only way you can really determine how you are perceived. But with the explosion of information technology and the various platforms available, talagang kailangan, it's imperative upon you to understand data analytics so that once you have the data, you can communicate to the higher ups. This is how we are perceived. I'd like to report the first 3 months. Ito yung view sa Meralco. This is how we perform. So meron ka ng detalye na hawak which will help you as well decide on your next steps. Kasi absent that, paano kakikilos, di ba? So, hindi naman pwedeng BAU mo araw-araw, yun din ang gagawin mo. Hindi mo alam kung effective ka o hindi. That is why I keep espousing. Kailangan mo natin ng data analytics sa bawat communications office. Kasi kung wala ko tayo noon, hindi natin alam ano yung next course of action. Unang-una, hindi mo alam paano ka nag-perform. Kung hindi mo alam paano ka nag-perform, how can you improve? And then, kung hindi mo alam paano ka mag-improve, ano next steps? Hindi mo rin alam.
Choppers guy ka pala, sir.
I am a very... Alam mo kasi ang Lasal, kwento ko lang I graduated in Lasal all my life. Sa Lasal, kahit na hindi economics, engineering, or commerce ang kurso mo, we are flooded with math subjects.
Iniwasan.
Statistics, investment mathematics, we really are flooded. So, by force of circumstance, kailangan medyo mag-aral ka ng math. So, when I graduated from LaSalle in 1985, I guess the school equipped me with somehow knowledge of numbers. Even if I did not really enjoy it as much as my brother did, who's an engineer, I was by force of circumstance to understand numbers, which I'm able to use now. But of course, you also have to have people working with you who are good in numbers and who can validate, for example, a third party that is doing your data analytics to validate kung tama ba yun o hindi. So, few words for those who do not like math. Try to like it. It's gonna help you.
Ako pa naman, sir, kaya pa naman ako nag-join kasi gusto ko iwasan yung math. Pero now you're saying kailangan talagang embrace it. Kasi, tama, data-driven. Paano mo ma-measure ang...
And in a world where we are now, di ba, ako I started working in 1984. So that means more than 40 years na pala ako nagtatrabaho. I've seen the evolution of data analytics and now it's really an imperative. Kung 20 years ago, baka hindi mo pa siya masyadong kailangan dahil iba pa yung conditions then. Pero ngayon, hindi na pa pwedeng wala. You need to understand where you're going moving forward.
So, communicating rate adjustments. Ayan,
Okay.
kanina sinabi mo, sir, di ba, na talagang you're taking the brunt of yung,
Yes.
di ba, ng mga tao pag nag-iinis ka, kahit na konti, naiinis na sila. Tapos naiinis sila sa Meralco. So, when you're communicating rate adjustments, very sensitive task yan for utilities. So, how does Meralco balance transparency with empathy naman, delivering messages
Okay.
that directly affect this?
Earlier, we discussed why we came out with Meralco Advisory. And then what our steps, aside from explaining why rates are such every month, you have to tell consumers what they can do to help save on consumption. That is very important. Hindi yan hihinto sa, ito yung rates nyo ngayong buwan, yun na yun. No?
Yeah.
Itong rates nyo ngayong buwan, tumaas, itong pwede natin gawin para kahit pa paano ma-manage nyo yung consumption. Itong rates nyo ngayong buwan bumaba, ito ang pwede rin ninyong gawin para mas mababa pa kung sakali sa mga darating na araw. So it's really pushing information, making them empowered to make the critical decision. Ako natutuwa na naman ako Kasi pag nakakita ako ng mga TV interviews, yung mga case studies, yun yung inuuna minsan ng TV yung case studies eh. And then maririnig mo sa mga consumer, nga ako tumaas ngayon, pero siguro kailangan na kahit kamukha ko, ako'y binabawasan ko na ho yung gamit ng aking aircon. Sabihin niya ganon. O kaya ito, tinitipid-tingnan niyo ko, isa na lang ilaw ko dito sa tindahan. So, I think in a way, we are able to really communicate the fact that there are two things kasi that you have to look out for in your bill, Maggie. Rates and consumption. And usually rates are high during the summer months. And hand in hand is consumption as well. Mag-uumpisa yan mag-taper off bandang July. And then ngayon, bare months, medyo pababa ang konsumo. And then sisipa, kasi malamig tag-ulan, tapos pagpasok ng bare months, malamig, tatawid sa January at February, still cold, and then March, you see it rise again. That's what we call seasonality of consumption. So you have to time your communication initiatives, you have to time all your communication plans during these periods. Ano ang gagawin ng consumer pag taglamig, pag bare months, at ano naman ang kanilang gagawin pag tag-init o summer months. That way, you're able to help them make an important decision on how to manage their consumption. And of course, you have partners with government, DOE, and Department of Energy, katuwang namin yan sa communication initiatives. So, ganun din like-minded groups na kasama namin in terms of explaining consumers. The academe as well, no? I go around the schools and explain what service is needed in terms of delivering electricity to their households or to their establishments. So, talagang dialogue yung ako, ang aking prinsipyo dyan, daanin mo sa sipag. Just be transparent. Kaya nga pag tinatanong ako, ikaw, Joe, umaga pa lang naririnig na kita sa radyo. Kasi kailangan hindi pwedeng ipagwalang bangala yung pangangailangan ng consumer. So ako, first and foremost, I need to be always available for all our customers, to our media friends, para naman sa ganun, kahit pa paano, sakaling tumaas yung kuryente, maibsa naman sa pamamagitan ng impormasyon.
Ako, takeaway ko kasi, sir, the way you communicate it is hindi as kunyari as a spokesperson, as Meralco, but as a consumer.
Yes.
Diba katulad nga, sabi mo kanina, ako rin naman nagbabayad ako ng kuryente, ako rin naman nagbabayad ako ng mga bills, ganyan. So, kailangan maintindihan ng mga tao na ano yung component doon, bakit na gano'n.
How can you be an effective spokesperson kung hindi mo naiintindihan yung nararamdaman ng mga binibigyan mo ng impormasyon? You have to be in their shoes to understand what you will do next. Kasi kung hindi mo alam kung anong karamdam nila, ano na naranasan nila buwan-buwan, paano mo sila kakausapin? Diba? Sa akin yung napakasimple. Kailangan maintindihan ko, I have to be in their position to understand what matters to them and what information they need. Absent that, mahihirapan ka talaga. Hindi kayo magko-connect. Kaya importante sa communications, di ba? Yung nagsasalita at yung recipient ng information, dapat nagkakaintindihan kayo.
True.
Para din sa relasyon yan, di ba? Siyempre kailangan alam ko anong nararamdaman at iniisip ng asawa ko. Vice versa.
Sir, madagress lang ako. Speaking of pagtitipid.
No.
Parang hindi ko pa naririnig, hindi lang ba ako nakikinig? Hindi ko pa naririnig na nagsabi kayo ng solar para makatipid.
Yeah. It's an investment decision on the part of the consumer because as you know, may malaking amount involved sa pagkakabit ng solar. But there is also many customers who are happy na meron silang net metering. Ibig sabihin, pwede sila mag-export ng excess nila na kuryente. And I have seen many of my friends tell me na naka-solar, happy sila. But then again, yung initial payout mo para magpakabit ng solar ay medyo kailangan mong maglabas ng a certain amount. Pero kami, we are also in that space through M-Spectrum. Tumutulong kami kung papaano mag-avail ng solar rooftop panels. We will explain, the subsidiary will explain how to go about it, what the cost implications will be, and how they can save through net metering. So, kaya nga Meralco, very diverse na yung aming service delivery. We are also on in the rooftop solar space. So, it's really a decision. Ako, I will leave it up to the consumer. If you think this will be good for you in the long term, why not?
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya kung tingin naman nila, hindi kasi konti lang naman sila kumonsumo, emptiness na sila, then that, nasa sa kanila din yan. But at the end of the day, the power of choice is with the customer. We are just here to help.
Want to empower din.
If they want us to explain, we will be more than willing. And look at their actual situation and then ipapayo ng aming mga taga-M-Spectrum, ito po yung magiging cost, ito naman po yung magiging savings, lalo na pag kayo'y pumasok sa net metering program.
In times of crisis, whether outages, price hikes, or regulatory changes, what has been Meralco's most effective strategy for earning and keeping public trust? The same formula din, Mas.
Transparency, engaging across all platforms that are available. If in the past there was traditional media, now there's social media and digital. We try as well to be present on the ground. So it's really engaging consumers on a 24/7 basis. Lalo pag bagyo at maraming facilities ang nasira. I have been at the forefront of many calamities, especially severe weather disturbances. Sa amin, sa Meralco, baliktad kami, Mai. Di ba pagka malakas ang bagyo, ang huling naalala ko na talagang pumimbal sa atin yung millennium.
Yeah.
No. Baliktad kami. Kami kailangan namin pumasok pag weekend. Yung iba pag nasa bahay. Ang Meralco, and its personnel, its engineers, its line crew, kami sa communications, yung mga nasa call center, yung mga nag-i-interface sa consumers, nasa opisina.
Yeah.
Kailangan namin harapin yung dilubyo at yung restoration protocols namin pag lumabas na yung bagyo. So that has been part of our lives. Sabi nga nila may kanta kami yung Meralco, bahaman ng bagyo. Yan ang laging tumatatak sa everyday life ko. As the one on top of communications in a utility company in Meralco, na kahit anong kalamidad, krisis o ano man yan, kailangan namin harapin para din sa mga consumers, diba? Kasi siyempre aasa sila ng information, ng communication. Kailangan deliver kami. Maibigay namin yung kailangan nila.
So, Meralco's multiple stakeholders, dyan yung gobyerno, dyan yung mga investors, developers, at saka mga consumers. How do you balance sometimes competing expectations when communicate? Hirap yan, ang dami mo kasing kausap.
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's the public good that is paramount to our decision-making process. Kung ano makakabuti sa consumer na hindi naman makakasama, for example, sa iba pang mga stakeholders. Siyempre kailangan, yung balance na yan dapat win-win for all sectors. Walang dapat na dedehad. Because you have to really balance what you do every day in terms of communicating.
At walang nakakalamang.
Oo, at saka kunin mo feedback ng lahat. Kunin mo feedback ng lahat. Kung hindi mo makuha ng direct feedback, kunin mo sa data analytics. And then consistently communicating to all stakeholders. Importante kasi at the end of the day, alam nila yung ginagawa mo, alam mo din naman yung ano nasa isip nila, di ba? Kasi once nagkaroon kayo ng deadlock, wala na talaga mangyayari pagka ganun. Huwag mo paabutin doon sa punto ng deadlock. Dapat laging nag-uusap, laging merong dialogue.
I'm wondering tuloy, how do you communicate with yung regulators nyo para pagbigyan kayo sa Sorry.
Well, kami naman, Mayi, we are in constant coordination with all the industry stakeholders, especially government. Kasi kailangan syempre magpa-file ka ng petition o mag-explain ka ng position mo sa napaka-importanting bagay. Be very transparent. And then yung position mo yun, kami, ang ginagawa namin, kung meron landmark policy kami o meron kaming kailangan i-clarify sa regulator, sinasabayan namin yan ng press release para alam ng publiko.
Yeah.
Para everybody who needs to understand what we're trying to do will get that information. At o kaya sakali man, no, merong very minor, tanungin pa rin kami ng media, kailangan sagutin mo yun. Hindi pwede no comment. I never ever said no comment in my entire years as a communications practitioner.
Hindi ba less talk, less mistakes?
I don't believe it that Hindi Kasi sa akin, pag less talk, less understanding, balansehin mo.
Naman.
Balansehin mo. But there may be some situations you cannot divulge because it is it may implications, for example, na beyond what you see, di ba? Or you were told this is something in the works, it cannot be divulged first. Wait for the proper timing. You have to respect that. But if it involves already, I think, and it may impact on consumers, lalo na yung cost ng kuryente, service trouble, or anything that, will affect them, kailangan sabihin mo yun. You have to be very transparent.
Ano ba yung nabigla ko napagod sa inyo, son? Kasi, constant ang communication yun. Like, yesterday, nag-brown out sa amin. Siyempre, meron namang Meralco advisory. Pero, di ba yung parang, ang laki ng scope?
Yes, because our service area, our franchise area covers the entire Metro Manila, the provinces of Bulacan, Rizal, and Cavite, and parts of Quezon, Batangas, and Laguna, plus a few barangays in Pampanga. So we have on record 8 million customers. But those 8 million customers as well are families in the commercial establishments and in the industrial customers that we have. Meron din ng filter down effect, di ba? Ilan ba yung kunyari, isang mall, customer namin yan. Ilan nagtatrabaho sa mall na yon? Ilan yung bumibisita doon sa mall na yon every day, lalo pag weekends? Customer mo din yon. Bakit? Pag nawalan ng kuryente yung mall, apektado sila lahat. Pero on record, isa lang yung customer niya. But there is that multiplier effect. Ako yan ang paniniwala ko eh. So it's basically the entire population in the service area that we serve, they're all our customers and consumers. So dapat ganun ka rin mag-isip as a mindset. Ito yung may obligasyon ako mag-communicate. Ito yung kailangan ng impormasyon na manggagaling sa amin. So paano natin gagawin yun? Diba? Dapat systematic, strategic, and may impact.
Correct. Ang daming considerations, who you communicate with, how often you communicate,
and what effect of your communication. At the end of the day, result eh.
Yeah.
Anong resulta nung sinabi mo, anong resulta nung ipinaliwanag mo, ano yung impact sa kanila nito. So that's what drives me every day. Sometimes I'm asked what keeps you awake at night. Sabi ko, what I need to do the next day.
What I need to communicate the next day. Yeah. What role do platforms like Meralco Newsroom and Panang Joe play in strengthening community connection with consumers?
Yes. They should see Meralco Newsroom as an extension of Meralco the company. When they access Newsroom, they have to be well informed of what is happening in the company and in the industry that impacts on the company. When they see Manong Joe, they have to see Joe Saldariaga as someone communicating to them, engaging them every day. And yung topics ko naman are diverse enough, hopefully, provide information, not only on a daily basis, hopefully every hour. Kasi meron din akong segment doon, yung Senior Hour with Manong Joe. Nung naging senior ako, sabi ko, I want this to be part of my advocacy. yung everyday life ko. And aside from seniors, I am also a very strong supporter of animal welfare. I started being an animal welfare advocate when I was a child. Marami akong alagang pusa eh. Saka may mga aso din. Growing up in Makati, Rizal, imagine na hindi pa city way back in the early 70s. So, life then was simpler. Marami akong alagang pusa at aso. But I could see growing up this evolving already. And now we have a very strong animal welfare program all over the country. Meron pa rin cases ng animal cruelty. So my dream is for this to be a thing of the past. Kaya binuo namin may
Katropa. So sa inyo pa na nagsimula?
Yes.
Parang brainchild niyo ang Katropa.
Yes, we conceptualized this way back in 2018 na hinto lang nung nagkaroon ng pandemic. And then when Michelle Caguioa came in 2023 to head the campaign, we hit the ground running. And in less than a year, we were up. So ngayon, we have catios in our the cats are well taken care of. We have partners with like-minded organizations, Biyaya Animal Care of Lino Ortiz, Philippine Animal Welfare Society of Attorney Ana Cabrera, who, by the way, awarded us. I think one of the few companies who has been awarded for making animal welfare advocacy as a forefront campaign and as a program in the company. And I'm also very proud of that. Siguro one day, makabisita ka sa amin, makita mo how we structured our animal welfare campaign to fit into the organization.
Sige, sir. So yan yung, kung meron kayong 35 awards this year, yan yung pang 36 nyo next.
Sana next year. I've been telling Mitch, we have to, see if this program is going to be appreciated. I think it will. I don't want to preempt what the result will be. But it's I think we're one of the first few companies who have embraced animal welfare advocacy. And not only as a part of our business as usual initiatives, but as a corporate advocacy campaign. Pag pumasok ka nga sa Meralco building, sa Lopez building, makikita mo agad doon niraran yung video ng Meralco Katropa. And ako my heart flutters every time.
That's what?
Kasi parang you're doing it actually not for yourself, but you're doing it for the greater good. Wala kasing kalaban-laban naman yung stray animals. But they have the right to exist as well.
Totoo.
In the world where we live in. So, I think we will continue on. Actually, nag-extend na kami beyond the head office. We're now stretching to our different sectors and our business centers. Tuloy-tuloy lang kami.
Sana yung dogs naman, sir.
Wala kasi kami dogs inside our compounds. Although we have service dogs, pinangangalagaan na rin namin yun. There was an incident recently, but we addressed it strongly. And it was a good thing yung mga partners namin sa animal welfare programs also came to our defense. So, napakalaking tulong dun sa amin. Nagpapasalamat ako sa kanila. And sana dumami pa yung mga animal welfare advocacy programs in the country. I think the local government units are also embracing it as well. So, this is a growing advocacy and I see it becoming a more forceful movement in the future.
Sir, can you share a success story where effective communication changed stakeholder perception or helped resolve potential issue?
Rates has always been a very problematic issue in the past. In fact, we were really criticized heavily whenever power rates increase, even if it is not Meralco's adjustment. Normally kasi yan, syempre, generation charge changes every month depending on the conditions. For example, fuel cost, dispatch levels, etc. So tuwing tataas ang beach sa buwan na magkakaroon ng pag-akyat ng presyo ng kuryente, talagang babatikusin kami, goes without saying, talaga across all platforms. So it was a problem that did not go away for a very long time. So what did we do? We had to confront it head on. Last several initiatives were undertaken. Monthly, I needed to explain through a press conference. I had to go around the various radio stations to explain. Noong una, kasi sa lahat naman ng bagay, yung umpisa ang mahirap. But once na i-roll out mo na yan, once naging proseso na yan, once naging uniform na yung ginagawa mo, it's easier. Plus, nung lumabas na yung social media, it became actually an advantage to us because additional platform for us to explain. So fast forward to where we are now. Pag tumataas ang kuryente, parang ang sense ko, and this is also backed up by data, as long as you're able to really provide the reason behind it, whether it went up or down, pero syempre medyo mas masakit talaga pag pataas, di ba? You have to explain it more. As long as you're very transparent, I think that's the operative word, transparent, you are able to somehow manage the sentiment. And you have to just really continuously communicate. So sa akin yun, yung sa rates, ang pinaka-difficult na naranasan ko bilang isang communicator. I've been in the industry for close to 40 years. And I've seen it evolve from the time it was almost vertically integrated. Isa lang ang service provider noon, Napocor, both generation and transmission. And then iba-iba yung distribution utilities kasama na Meralco. Up to the time EPIRA became law in 2001. And so the generation and the transmission sectors were broken up into transmission remained a monopoly. Generation became deregulated. And there are now several industry players. There were birth pains in explaining it to the public. Diba? Kasi iba-iba na yung makikita mong rate sa likod eh.
Yeah, no.
Unlike before, nakalagay lang ganun lang kaliit ang bill noon. Generation, transmission, distribution, others. Yung naalala ko when I first entered Meralco in 1989. To where we are now, pag nakita mo yung bill mo, nandun naman lahat, no? But if you want to drill down further, tingnan mo sa likod, andun very, very specific to every line item is at the back of your pin.
And how you translated, how you communicated it further, layman's term.
Yeah, we needed to laymanize it. Kasi syempre, hindi mo naman pwede explain. It's very technical.
Totoo.
It's loaded with numbers and line items. And so you have to capture what consumers need to understand. You have to balance that. Otherwise, yung information will fly off their heads. Hindi ka rin effective. Pero kung isa-summarize mo yon to a very granular way of explaining, then mas madali ma-absorb ng consumer at mas magkakaroon ng pagtanggap sa tingin. Kaya kami tuloy-tuloy lang itong Meralco Advisory, yung mga monthly press conferences, no matter what the rates will be, whether it goes up or down, as long as I need to explain, I will do it. That is the only way to engage the public.
At sa tingin ko, Sir Ram, paano mo rin measure na very effective yung ginawa? May nagpa-follow suit.
Yes, that is where data analytics will come in. I have an office, it's called Strategy and Data Analytics. Yun talaga ang gagawin nila, mag-conceptualize ng strategiya para sa mga initiatives namin in terms of our communication efforts. Tapos, ano ba resulta nito? There are now tools, analytical tools that you can extract the sentiment, both in terms of traditional media, social and digital, and even on the ground. meron na tayong ganun tools ngayon. You know, there are companies providing this service already. I have my own internal team who does that for us. One of them used to work for a media intelligence agency. And there are third-party providers as well, both international and local, but with affiliation with international companies. So these measurement companies, these analytic companies will tell you where you are, will tell you the result of your campaign, and how you are seen overall.
With rising demand for accountability, how do you see Meralco's communication strategy evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
We just need to continuously engage consumers, government, pressure groups, advocacy partners more heavily, I would like to believe, and be very transparent in anything that we do. Communicate, and communicate. Mantra ko yan ever since. And just be available all the time if there will be questions in terms of your rates, your service, and your other areas of concern. As a communicator, it has always been my principle to be available 24/7 if needed, especially during times of crisis. Wala din naman kasing ibang hahanapin ang mga customers mo, mga consumers at ang taong bayan kung hindi kami sa kumpanya. At sino yun? Kaming communications office. So we have to be very, very accessible at all times. It is imperative upon us to continuously engage all our stakeholders. When I say all, so yan yung aking management direction sa Corpcom Group on the ground. Kailangan talaga ng sipag maiwan ng ibang paraan
Totoo.
So ako, I only stop working when I sleep. Alam ng alam ng mga subordinates ko yan, alam ng mga peers ko. Because of the nature of the job.
Yeah.
Wala tayong magagawa. We're in communications. Diba? I'm sure you know that. You came from the corporate world as well. Na bumitaw ka lang ng konti at may nangyari, you lose the ball. Diba? So you have to always be, your eyes should always be on the ball at all times. Whether it's peacetime, whether it's wartime, especially during wartime. But what do you do during peacetime? You build your infrastructure, you build your network, you build your good. So that when wartime comes, may napondo ka na. Kahit ano. I think that is, as a case study, that's probably what happened to us when that issue on animal cruelty came about. Nakita na taong bayan na bagamat yung insidente nangyari sa amin. Pero may animal welfare program ang Meralco So obviously, hindi nila yan pahihintulutan at yan hindi akma sa kanilang misyon at obligasyon, di ba? At sa pang-araw-araw na pinapatupad nila yung kanilang animal welfare campaign. Kaya ako, I denounced it immediately. As the spokesman of Meralco, I immediately denounced it. And it was picked up rapidly by media. So that basically ended the issue.
Sir, paano naman kayo nakaka-adapt sa younger generation? Iba ng kanilang mode of ngayon di ba? Anong classic communication platforms they listen to or they want,
You need to understand them as much as they need to understand our generation. There really is a generational gap. I will not deny that, di ba? I'm at the tail end of the baby boomers, and then I think Generation X came, and then the millennials, and then Gen Z, and I think there's Gen Alpha. So, can you imagine those are 4 generations I have to contend with? But I view myself more as an ex. Nandun na ako sa dulo eh. So, again, it will lead down to dialogue. Because the conditions of which they were born and I was born is very different.
Ito.
Including what tools or what information platforms we were using. Ako, inabot ko pa yung index cards sa library. Diba? Hanapin mo yung number at saka yung letter.
Oh.
But the millennials, they were cross between the library and technology. But when you look at the Gen Zs, ito talagang halos they were born with a cell phone on their hands. And nag-evolve pa rapidly from the usual SMS and calls, naging smartphone na. And I don't know what the future holds, but I when I look at the explosion of platforms now, especially AI,
Yes. Oh.
and there might come a time na yung Facebook hindi mo natitingnan sa cellphone mo, baka nasa relo mo na. O kung ano man maliit na gadget meron ka. O baka nasa salamin mo. We don't know eh. Ako siguro there will come a time. Malabo mata ko. Baka pag buhay pa ako siguro 10 years from now, baka pag suot ko ng meron na dito, di ba? Ano ko na lang, automatically, what is in my head will come out in my eyeglasses. So we don't know eh. It's exploding beyond what we saw when we were young, di ba? At least when I was young, inabot ko pa yung typewriter eh.
Ako rin
Hindi ka pwede magkamali, di ba?
Oo.
Kasi snowbake mo. Hindi ko alam kung naiintindihan ng mga...
May space bar pang ganun.
So, but I think our generation, that is why there were really less mistake because there was no room for mistake. When you're using a typewriter, hindi ka pwede magkamali, di ba? Wala siyang, hindi mo siya pwede erase. It's physically, you have to get, di ba, a snowflake para burahin mo siya. Pangit na, hindi mo pwedeng submit. So I think that taught us discipline. It gave us the responsibility to be accurate. The situation itself made us to who we are now. So, yung bagong tools ngayon, is a relief, actually. Kasi pwede mo nang baguhin real time. Ano natin ito. So, situational yan. So, you have to understand the generation before you. Before us, it was the silent generation. Kung di ako nagkakamali, mga magulang natin. The generation you are in and the generation after you. Because they lived in different, they were born in a different situation and different conditions. Kailangan magkaunawaan. Yun lang ang bottom line. But
Sorry, thinking, so your strategy has to be data-driven. You have to communicate
constantly,
constantly.
without fail.
Yes, and then you have to adapt sa bawat stakeholder.
Yes, and you have to provide valuable information. Ano bang information ang may value sa consumer? Kung wala naman value sa kanila, kailangan tapin. Ano yung information na may impact sa araw-araw nilang buhay? That is what you really need to educate. So in terms of our service, it's really, binabayad nila every month. Paano nila mamamanage yung konsumo nila? Kung magkakaroon sila ng problema sa service brownout sa lugar nila, saan ba sila pwede tumawag? Paano mo mapapabilis yung restoration process? So yun yung mga kailangan mong i-communicate. At the same time, kung meron kang mga programa para sa mga kababayan natin, kung anong mga far-flung areas. Yung One Meralco Foundation namin, lalagay sila ng mga solar panels. Kailangan yun explain. Our service is not just, within our franchise. We also go beyond to help the country. We are part of the nation-building process. And we want to, continuously explain that to the public. Kailangan mapaliwanag namin yun. Kailangan ma-explain namin. Meralco is here to help. We are here as part of national development and the country's progress. And we will continuously partner with government and all our stakeholders to do that.
Mm-hmm. Sir, meron ba kayo iba pang lessons that you think other private developers can learn from Meralco's experience through, in terms of building trust through communication?
Well, I think it is paramount to have a strategy in place to understand your market, to know what they need and what they, what's important to them. You have to understand what, in terms of value creation, what will help them, manage their everyday lives to the service that you provide. Ito, hindi lang ako nag-zero in sa electricity consumers na nasa Meralco spokesperson. I am wearing now my hat as the chairman of the International Association Communicators of Business Philippines and as a member of the board of the Public Relations Society of the Philippines. We encourage all communication practitioners to go beyond their safe spaces to understand the market, not only the market that they deal with, but basically the environment they work in, how to provide value to all their stakeholders and even beyond, to keep studying the platforms available so that they will reach more in terms of their communications initiatives. Communications is a never-ending learning process. I am a witness to that. And there are platforms available and there are platforms that continuously not only grow, but others will be born over time. Who would have thought of TikTok 5 years ago? Who would have thought of Facebook 15 years ago? Ang naalala ko yung Friendster. Diba? But
Wala ba nagpa-testy sa inyo?
hindi ako nag-Friendster kasi hindi ko masyadong naintindihan yung platform. But the older millennials who worked for me, mga ni Abby Mendoza, and the other older millennials, Abby, by the way, heads our digital. Yun yung Friendster generation. But I was not really do it. I had to embrace Facebook because everybody had Facebook. Even my late mother, I think, had Facebook. So it was something I needed to understand. I also needed to understand Twitter, now X, when it was new. And now I'm also into TikTok. So you have to adjust
May Instagram pa, sir. Yung mga...
I'm also into Instagram. I think I'm in almost all the platforms. I'm in TikTok as well, I mentioned to. So, nakikita naman natin I think consumption of information now, kung i-consider natin hindi na siya zero din on one specific platform. Sa dami, sometimes it can already lead to being confused sa dami, diba? So, people now, they just choose what is more convenient to them. But then again, if you work for a utility company, if you work for a FMCG, if you work for government, for example, kailangan meron kang basic knowledge ng lahat ng platforms na yan to be an effective communicator. So that's what we tried to do. And nagbunga naman when we won the Company of the Year. Because nakita siguro ng mga judges na actually, so far as Meralco is concerned, they're utilizing all of the available platforms at their disposal. So I'm very proud of that.
Mag-quick fire na tayo. Sir. Okay, so quick fire questions para people will get to know you. You
Try my best. I'll try my best.
First social media app you check in the morning.
Viber.
On which platform do sa Viber, sir, meron ba kayong parang are you subscribed to mga Viber groups? Sana
Yes.
naman yung Sir, Power Philippines,
Yes,
sa Viper Group kami.
yes. And the news organizations.
Yeah. So, news pa rin talaga, no?
Oo, kailangan.
Kailangan ikaw may first crack ng lahat ng bagong.
So when I wake up in the morning, hindi pa ako umiinom ng tubig o kumakain. Actually, pinapakiramdaman ko pa yung sarili ko. Titignan ko na yung Bible. So that's where I look at the messages that I get.
So kailangan na every morning. Anong oras ka ba gumigising, sir?
5:45.
Kahit ay ang aga.
Because of my age. At saka hindi dire-diretso yun, medyo putol-putol.
Putol-putol na. Sige, sir. Susubukan namin na by 5:45, may bago kami.
Then, once I see Viber, hindi ko naman binubuksan lahat. Tinitingnan ko lang baka urgent. And then, I walk for around 30 minutes. And then, ayun, that starts my day.
So, on which platform do you enjoy communicating through the most? Facebook. So, kasi doon nauna rin naman si Manong Joan.
Yes. Tsaka, yun talaga yung unang platform na parang nagustuhan ko in terms of communications. Siguro talagang generation namin sa Facebook.
What's tougher, handling reporters or handling regulators?
Hindi naman mahirap pareho. Iba lang yung, of course, iba lang yung kailangan mong i-deliver sa kanila. Ako, I've never had any problems with both media and government. I've always had a good relationship with them.
Is there a
Professional relationship mo.
Is there a communication buzzword that you do your best to avoid? Mga parang
Ano na? Delay. I hate delays.
Totoo ba?
Oo, yung dagdag ako inaction. Relation in action. It's something I cannot really tolerate or accept. Yun ang mga tao ko nandyan, sila out.
Lalo na in terms of crisis.
Especially in terms of crisis. Actually, even in the everyday life. Because any delay, any inaction will already cause a problem. Guaranteed. Magiging problema yan. Pag hindi inaksyonan o kaya ang tagal-tagal bago pumilos, malaki problema yan. Magre-resulta yan sa malaking problema.
Ano may sinabi niyo kanina, sir? Sabi ko, the less you talk, less you have to back.
Ako ang paniniwala ko dyan, less talk may lead to less understanding.
Yun.
Hindi ka maintindihan di ba? Hindi ka nagsasalita
Correct.
Ang tipid-tipid mo magsalita.
So, book, podcast, or show that inspires your work in them?
The French Connections. It was a book of my dad. And then when I was in grade school, binasa ko. Hindi ko na siya matigil basahin. By the way, there is also a cinema version of that. I just love yung mga crime films. Godfather, French Connection, movement ng mga characters doon. Natutuwa ako. Meron palang ganung mundo. Diba? I don't know if that has something to do with my love for crime prevention and the lives of these mobsters. Alam mo na, makwento ka lang, the first thing I did was when I went to San Francisco is go to Alcatraz. You have to take a ferry from the Fisherman's Wharf, if memory serves, to go to Alcatraz. Tapos ini-imagine ko paano nakatakas yung
si Sean Connery.
Hindi, si Make My Day. That's Clint Eastwood. Siya yung nakatakas to. Pero true story yun, may nakatakas to talaga. Now, as to whether umabot siya sa lupa o nalunod na siya doon. Kasi very strong ang current doon Kaya nga doon nilagay yung mga preso. And then tiningnan ko doon yung kung saan nakakulong si Al Capone and the other criminals. It just, I am intrigued by how they were able to do this life of crime until they got caught.
Pero ano nyo is intrigued by crime prevention. Ako kasi, sir, true crime talaga mga gusto ko. Ng profile ng mga serial killer. So, pampatulog ko yan. Ako, at ba yun? Criminal mind ata ako, sir.
And then, it just makes you want to understand ano yung kanilang buhay.
Oo, actually.
At saka ako, naiintriga kasi ako dun sa yung gustong hulihin sila at yung umiiwas na hulihin sila, and then the strategies that are coming into play, that makes me not want to stop reading it or watching it.
So, nandito yung team mo, sir. In 3 words, describe the Meralco Corporate.
Efficient, reliable, available.
Wow. So,
This
so crisis hits. Do you grab your phone, call a team meeting, or draft a statement?
I call for a meeting immediately because I never decide on my own. I have a very good team. I need to know and understand what they think about the situation. And collectively, we decide on the next course of action. Of course, the last decision will be mine, but I've always believed in collaborative work. Kailangan ko yung inputs ng team.
No. One communication tool or platform you wish existed but doesn't happen.
Maybe Facebook in my eyeglasses.
You think that?
That's intriguing. Maybe in the future, diba? Everything is here.
Tapos pag gano'n, move. Diba? Imbis sa scroll up, scroll sideways. Yung susunod na po.
Wala ka ng telepono. Everything is here. O kung may nakakonekta man na audio dito sa tenga, parang everything is in my glasses. I don't know if that will... It's really a future world perhaps, di ba?
Ako hindi ko alam kung ano na to pero hindi ko alam kung pwede nga si CC. Alam mo sir, meron yung app na yon si CC. Para siyang personal,
parang si Alexa.
Oo, ganon. So, parang virtual assistant mo. So, gusto ko sana, kung kaya may pupuntahan ako ng meeting tapos kailangan ko ng background on this company, iyaano ko rin, please explain to me or summarize this company for me.
Although pwede mo na rin gawin yun kahit pa paano sa ChatGPT, di ba? Ako
yung naka-boy sana, sir, di ba? So,
Ako na gugulat ako dun sa mga information na nakukuha sa mga nakaraan natin, pati mga ninuno natin. I don't know how they do it.
Talaga.
Oo, pero it parang tulong ng research at saka ng technology. Kaya nagugulat ako, minsan papadala sa akin, ito pala ninuno mo ng araw. Ganito pala siya. Case in point, my lola. I did not know that my grandmother, the mother of my mother, was a Hukbalahap Amazon named Commander Sisa. Hindi ko alam yun.
Paano na-discover?
A family friend, I think, sent it to my cousin or sister, hindi ko na lang ma-recall. And then they sent it to me. There was an article about her. But, growing up, I did not know. I just knew her as Ima, my grandmother. But I knew that my grandfather was executed by the Japanese because he refused to cooperate. He was mayor then of Angeles City. My namesake, Agapito. But Agapito del Rosario. Alam mo naman yung generation nila, tawag nga sa kanila, the greatest generation. They really talk. It's just how our school, what happened to you last week, yung mga ganun when you visit your lola at the time. But I never knew that, she was a Hukbalahap Amazon warrior who commanded several guerrilla forces and was a spokesman of the Communist Party and the Socialist Party.
Okay.
And negotiated with the Americans after the war to be able to provide safety to her comrades in arms. And then later on, she went into business. But I think yung kanyang pagpasok sa movement was because of the deaths of her husband. So the situation forced her to into that kind of a life. But then again, can you imagine nakuha yun? I think it was an article that was 16 or 15 years ago. Amazing, di ba? So, yung ganun sharing of information, it still is very much amazes me up to this day.
So in one word, what makes communication in the energy sector unique?
Highly technical. Highly technical. I can say that for challenging and highly technical.
And we're glad to have someone like Meralco in your team na talaga i-laymanize yung mga terms na highly technical.
We try our best. It has been a challenge. It still is a challenge. But if there's one thing that I can say about the Meralco Coordinate Communications Group is we will not buckle down from a challenge. Talagang hinahanap namin paano ba yung pinakamagandang paraan para patuloy kaming makapag-communicate at makapaglingkod sa aming customers.
Sir, we learned during our podcast episode with Mr. Rubio that he plays the guitar and harmonica. Nagbabanda pala siya. And then...
Yes, so yeah. He's a very good guitarist.
Oo. So,
by the way, he is my schoolmate in De La Salle University.
Talaga.
Same batch. Engineering siya.
Okay, sir.
Ako, liberal arts. Asian studies ako. With a focus on the Japan Studies program. And my minor is poli-sci.
Tapos the following, or a few weeks after, napakanta naman namin si ERC Chair, Attorney Juan. So ngayon, tinanong ko kay Danny, ano ang kung may hidden talent ka bang gusto mong...
Hidden talent?
Oo, sir. What's something, a talent na...
I love poetry and I declaim. I was a declaimer in my younger years.
Sample.
Kailangan ko na ng tulong ng technology.
Ayan, nako.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. The people all are exulting. While follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain, fallen cold and dead. Thank you.
Di ba dyan yung sa Dead Poets Society?
Yes. So, ito yung piece ko when I think I was in grade 7 and I won a competition 3rd place.
Wow.
So, I've been declaiming since I was in grade 1. It just fascinated me to memorize these pieces which I don't think I can do anymore. And I think that was the first start of my communications career. Kasi kailangan pag declaimer ka, malakas ang loob mo eh.
Totoo.
Kasi harap ka sa tao eh. Tapos hindi ka pwede magkamali. Kailangan memoryado mo sa ulado mo yung pyesa.
Very confident. Hindi pwedeng dinalaga.
Ito pwedeng dinatag. I think same thing as a spokesman.
Totoo.
Or when you speak in public, you really need to be confident enough that you know the information. And so by doing that, the end result will be that hopefully they will understand you.
That was Josel Deriaga sharing how Meralco turns communication into a bridge of trust across households, regulators, investors, and communities. From navigating sensitive issues like rate adjustments to meeting recognition for digital platforms like Manong Joe and the Meralco Newsroom, it's clear that communication isn't just about messaging. It's about keeping the lights on with clarity, empathy, and accountability. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow Power Philippines on Facebook and LinkedIn for more updates. For your comments and suggestions, shoot us a message on Power Philippines Facebook Messenger account or email us at news.powerph@gmail.com. And of course, stay updated on the country's energy sector by visiting powerphilippines.com and by liking us on Facebook. If you want to view this podcast again, check out our YouTube channel at Power Philippines News. And remember, energy powers everything. Let's stay informed, stay engaged, and shape the future together. Until next time, I'm Mai Tanglao.